Hello and welcome or welcome back. My name is Paris and we're here with more of The Pale Beyond. We skipped last week because I was out of town for a convention, which was super fun and super exhausting, but yeah, it was a good time, and I got some good stuff, got to see some cool people, a lot of really wonderful people who were giving out like cute little stickers or charms or just little doodads, and it was just very sweet and lovely, and I had a great time. Also, before we get into things, a quick shout out to a new follower. So thank you for following Diagnosed Trill. I hope you have a great time here. And with that, let's try to do a recap so I can remember where we left off. I think we started the last stream where we had just officially moved onto the ice, so we moved off of the ship. And then within like a week or two after that, we got to watch the Temperance sink. So RIP the Temperance, it is now officially gone. Oh, and hello. In the chat, hello, caught the tail end of you describing GalaxyCon San Jose, I think, lol. Yes, you did. Yeah, so the Temperance sank, and then what happened? I think we were just kind of going along, and then eventually, Cordell was saying that hunting was going to start getting scarce, and then Kurt was saying that we needed to move because the ice was not in immediate danger of breaking, but it was starting to show the signs, so we needed to move on. So we ended with us just moving to the second camp. We had a scary encounter with a leopard seal who almost ate one of our scouts. I believe it was Quilzy, but we saved him, and now we have a leopard seal carcass. And we just set up our second camp. We looked at it a little bit, but we didn't do anything, and I believe that's where we left off. Also in the chat, I might dip out early because of time zones, but hanging out for now. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you have another whole con, so yeah, don't feel bad. I know you won't, but don't feel bad if you need to dip out early to get some sleep to prepare. All right. Yeah, we're at week 12, way up here. Oh, why did that put our journal all the way at that? Oh, it might make us go through. Okay, we did... I don't really want to read through all of this again because we did those last time. I was hoping that it would saved after we did the journal. But yeah, so we moved to a new camp. Yeah, the Temperance went under, finally consumed by the ice. She will be missed. Yeah, become a home for the crew. It served as a constant presence. To see it go weighed heavily upon the crew. The leopard seal attack. Ambushed by a leopard seal. Hello, there we go. Fortunate we all managed to escape. I think it did. We survived because we were prepared. Yeah, appropriate resources that went out the day. Vigilance is to be kept up at all times. Leopard seal was but a warning of the dangers that rest on the ice. By all estimates, it appears summer has arrived on the ice, prime occasion for hunting. Yeah, comparable respite from the freezing temperatures, the worst of which are yet to come. The arrival of summer comes the promise of winter. And then I think I did. We must not lose sight. Yeah, the crew must be ready, lest they be torn apart by unlivable temperatures, a lack of food, and the harsh, cutting blizzards yet to come. Alright, and then as we were traveling, we apparently found tracks in the snow and a frozen coat. Proof that if nothing else, Hunt and his group were able to survive beyond the boiler incident aboard the Temperance. I have to commend Hunt, much hardier than first believed. Yeah, and to have made it so far as he had, it almost fills the crew with hope in regards to their own chances. If Hunt and his band of deserters are able to carry on against the elements, then that should be the truth for the rest of the crew in turn. Sign off. Alright, and we got a lot of people that want to talk to us. Or, I mean, I don't really know if they want to talk to us or if we're just maybe listening in. No, because the listening in is usually that ear symbol. So I think these people want to talk to us. But yeah. Now we've set up our new camp. So we're in some kind of different places compared to the last camp. I love when you can see like the little footprints like leading up to the table. And the dog loose, of course. Gotta zoom in on the doggies. Oh, wait, let's enter the kennels. Can we pet the doggies? Of course we can. You rub its chin. Gotta start off with petting the doggies. Scratch its head. It offers you its paw. Thank you. Alright, who do we have? Oh, we have Runt, Cordell, I saw Hammond, and I think it was Mrs. Gloss, yes. Alright, let's start with Mrs. Gloss, how about? Just scrolling to go. Oh yeah, that's a nice view of the leopard seal that we got. Alright. Oh, Mrs. Gloss, one of the scientists. That beast was quite the specimen. I wonder if we'll encounter another of its kind. I'm sure we will. Here's Hammond, our chief engineer. Captain. Close one yesterday, wasn't it? Let's hope there aren't any more of those beasties looking to make dinner of us. I mean, there probably are more of them. Runt, who is the stowaway. So big. Do you think there's another one out there? Yes. And Cordell, our kennel master. The dogs have been on edge since that creature attacked. They prefer to be the hunters on the ice. Let us hope we never see a repeat of this situation. Yeah. Yeah, like it went well for us, but would like to not be in that position again. Oh wait, no, we'll do request first. I was just thinking that we might have some new pictures from Kasha, which we probably do. Actually, let's see if anyone inside wants to talk to us. I think that's the only building we can enter. You know, quote unquote building, it's a tent. Okay, so neither Kasha or Arthur want to talk to us, but we have Templeton here. Alright, I'm sure he's gonna have something to say about the leopard seal attack, since that's what everyone's talking about. Captain. This territory of ice we find ourselves on. It would seem we have our pick of the litter. This ice is teeming with life that has never encountered our like in the past. We'll be able to hunt to our heart's content. Until we come across another leopard seal, we should be cautious. It seems it would be wise to spend a good deal of time here. We cannot afford to get too comfortable on the ice. Yeah, I mean, it does seem wise. We should spend probably as much time as we can here. It would seem that way. However, yes, I know this isn't, we're not on land. We aren't at the point where the ship, the rescue ship is gonna be. Well, yeah, I don't want to Templeton, I don't want to stay on the ice forever. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want to live out here for the rest of my life. We will not be able to stay here forever. Kurt has left me his assessment on the coming dangers. This ice is not stable. Put simply, we have the dead ice encroaching behind us. And the risk of a pressure ridge bubbling up and forming ahead of us. Oh, great. We cannot stay for too long lest we find ourselves trapped here. Still, that is a worry for another time. For now, our main concern is the crew. They're shaken from the attack. The crew are fit to work, if that's your concern. What of the crew? They're shaken from the attack. Of course, of course. But that is not what I meant. Oh. Your time as captain of this expedition has surpassed that of Captain Hunt. But that is not the case in the eyes of all. Well, yeah, because that's just for this expedition, but he was their captain for other things a lot longer. Like, years and years. 12 weeks is not gonna compare to years and years. Sailor loyalty runs deep in their veins. Take the Stoke brothers, for instance. They voted against you. They still speak of Hunt as the captain and refuse that moniker on you. Every song that Elder One plays on his accordion, they're traditional songs of the sea folk. His loyalty to Hunt is clear as day. I would be careful around those two. All that is needed is one insubordinate with enough pull to lead the crew astray. Duly noted, Templeton. I'll be careful how I allow distrust to sow among the crew. Templeton. They may be loyal to Hunt, but they do their work. That's all I care about. I mean, I guess I'll say duly noted. I'll be careful. Like, they haven't caused problems so far. I'm simply stating what we should look out for. Regardless. You have some requests to deal with. They're waiting outside. Sure. Let's actually take a look at how our loyalty is with people. Hammond is almost... I mean, we've gotten there and then we've lost some. I think we lost it due to not immediately abandoning the Temperance. Except we kind of immediately did it. I just didn't do it at the start of the week. I did it after I got to everything in that same week. But he still got a little mad about that. Yeah, Grimley still need a ways to go. But we've been gaining loyalty with him. But Junior's on our side. Like, really on our side. Okay, and Templeton's actually... We've gotten him pretty high up again. Yeah, Kurt, yeah... Oh, we're making good progress with Cordell. Arthur is right on the line. Kasha, we've lost a little bit with her, but that's okay. Alright. Let's take some requests. Oh, we have Cordell and Stanberry. Captain Shaw. This area is teeming with life. Yes, I've heard. Naive life at that. These creatures have never seen humans before. They do not even know to run. Some will even approach out of curiosity. In my opinion, we should be engaging in hunts as often as possible while we can. Agreed. Thank you, Cordell. Cordell exits. Junior. Well, despite it all, we managed to land ourselves a hefty piece of meat. A leopard seal. And the fish in its belly. Alright, yeah, the tummy fish! It's up to you how we prepare it, Shaw. Feasting on the thing would be nice. I mean, we need to put stuff in the hoosh pot anyways, so. Yes, tonight we feast on leopard seal. Ooh. Nice. Good to hear. I'm sure the crew will be ecstatic. Mr. Gloss. Alright. Captain, I have this bottle of wine in my personal stores. Ah, he finally found it. When we first met him, he had misplaced it and was looking for it. My wife and I planned to enjoy it on our trip home, but it seems that's much further out than we first believed. So we thought, why not share it with the crew? Ring in the new camp proper. I like that idea. So we can say an excellent idea, thank you. A better idea, we should spread it out, add it to the rations. It's wine. It's not food. That doesn't make any sense to me. Although it would probably... it probably wouldn't be proper rations. It would probably be... I think one of the things we could get from one of the storerooms on the ship was like ale. And it just, you add it to the rations, but it doesn't really add much, if anything, to the hoosh pot. I think it just, if you added it, then it would make your decorum go up. So I feel like it'd probably be something like that. Or no, Mr. Glass, hold on to it, enjoy it on your trip home. No, let's... we don't know what's gonna happen. Let's enjoy it now. Excellent idea, thank you. Agreed. Oh, and now we're up to 100% for decorum. Agreed. A little drink will help raise the spirits. Pardon the pun. Okay. So now we gotta figure things out. Actually, first we gotta listen in on this conversation. Who's talking? Tashi and... what's this guy's name? Gnomes. Tashi and Gnomes. Are you just waking now? Couldn't sleep. Scared of another seal attack, eh? Aye. Well, at least you're honest about it. Okay. Let's see what we have. Okay, so we have our one leopard seal. Let's put that in the hoosh pot since we said we were gonna use that. Ooh, plus 24. Is that more than... yes. The elephant seal is plus 18 and the leopard seal is plus 24. Actually, I just want to see what does it add to the furnace. So it adds to the furnace plus 12, but the elephant seal is better for the furnace. And it also will cure freezing if we use a leopard seal for the furnace. I mean an elephant seal. And then we have these tiny penguins, which would be better for using in the hoosh pot over the crab eater seals. Just because the crab eater seals are plus 6 to the furnace, while these penguins are only plus 3. And we haven't found any emperor penguins, so I'm not sure how they compare. I know they're medium-sized. I don't know how they compare. I assume they probably would contribute more to the hoosh pot than crab eater seals, since the small game is the same exact. Anyways, what would plus 24? Let's just feed to the hoosh and then, okay. Oh, right. And then we got an extra 3 food because someone is currently malnourished. Nice, okay. I mean, not great that someone is malnourished, but it helped us. So that'll bring us to 80. And that'll bring us to 86, which that works. Okay, so the furnace. Let's do... I guess we'll do 2 of the elephant seals. That'll be 52. And then... that'll be 64. Right. Alright, and that's already healed gnomes of freezing. mean, it usually, when we end the week, it usually takes 50, like the normal sized, like, amount of rations for fuel and food. So we'd be good at 64, but put it up to 70. Okay, so let's figure out what to do. Oops, that's not what I want. I want the map. Okay. Do we have... enough research that we could find? Okay, we need 20 for that, 15 for that. Alright, this is 25, 30. Jeez, okay, yeah, we only have 6. Alright, what's that? Oh, that's the last known location of the Viscount, your destination. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Alright, so now we need to figure out where we're gonna send our scouts. I think at the last camp we started, like, I don't know if this is actually south. Okay, it is south. We started scouting south first. So let's switch it up and maybe start north. Alright. Quilsley, I won't make you go scout out again since you got attacked by the leopard seal last time. Ooh, okay, we got some penguins. Tiny penguins. Okay, I would like some bigger game. That would be nice. Damn it. Okay. Frozen methane. Okay, wait, so that takes 3 dogs. That also takes 3 dogs. It takes 4. So we could send another scouting team to one of those. Ooh, okay. Let's send a hunting team out there. I guess we'll just send Tashi and 2 Johns. And we'll get 3 elephant seals. Nice. Do we have the fish available to give them? Dang it. They said we did, but I think we've technically, like, fed them right away. So we don't have them in store. Okay, let's have these scientists do medical comforts. And then let's have someone interview... Oh yeah, I already had forgotten about... looking at the photos. Who should we have interview? How about we have Ward? Why not? Just because that'll give us research. And, you know, might as well bring that up. I don't think there's anything else we can do, since we don't have any dogs left. I already forgot again that I wanted to look at her photo library. Okay, ooh, I see some things. Can't remember where we left off. I remember seeing this one. So then here... Oh yeah, that's the Temperance looks like it's sinking there. Yep. There it goes. Oh, hey, it's Dr. Arthur. I mean, Dr. Arthley. Oh, little puppy. There's part of the camp. Nope, and this must be us on our way to the second camp. God, that looks scary. Would hate to be hiking on that. Nice. Alright. So let's call the crew for dinner. Alright, the crew have their meal. The cute little doggies are here. I still always love Templeton trying to keep his food away from that one dog. Dinner is shared and stories are traded. Oh my goodness. So many things to listen in on. Okay, so who's over here? This looks like Cavity, Tucker, and Two Johns. That was definitely Joe's coat we found, wasn't it? You think they're all still out there? I wouldn't be surprised. Hunt's tough for an old man. We don't know how long that jacket was there. Don't get your hopes up. Captain, tell him not to get carried away. We've survived this long, why couldn't they? They're gone, don't get carried away in fantasy. I don't know, we can't know anything for certain. I'm not sure what to say. Oh, in the chat I see. I love when there's new photos. Me too, it's so fun to look through them. And like, getting to see the events that have transpired in photo form. I guess I'll say they're gone. Don't get carried away in fantasy. I feel like I'll probably lose loyalty, but that's fine. Oh! Never mind. Grimly approves, apparently. See? Nah, that jacket means something. Could mean Joe froze to death. Yeah, I feel like the jacket that I think they need the jacket. Well, don't you have a sunny disposition? I'm being realistic. I guess, I was gonna say, is this for Hammond and Grips, I think his name is, but they have their own, so I'm not sure who we're listening in on with this. Oh. Alright. For some reason I was way over there. So this is Ward and his son. Runt. Timmy, don't be wandering off. I'm fine, Dad. Stick close to me. Don't know what's out there. I said I'm fine. Alright. So let's listen in on them. You look a bit shaken, Chief. Worried about another attack from some beastie? Aye. More worried about one of them getting onto this boiler. If it's wrecked, we're done for. Think we should have an overnight watch then? I'll handle that. Of course you will. Never sleeps. Alright, and here's to the scientists, Mr. Gloss and Mr. Isaac, Mr. Zach. In the chat, might be a little bit chilly to go without a jacket. It's only negative 31 degrees Celsius. Our encounter with the wildlife has left me rather perturbed. Perturbed? That's how you feel? Alright. We can only be thankful that none were harmed. Indeed. Oh, Captain, you needn't call me here so frequently. You receive your updates each day. You should focus on the crew or your own rest. You seem hesitant to share Templeton. Why is that? I mean, I feel like when someone doesn't want to share, they don't want you prying into why they don't want to share. This is my rest time with my acquaintance, Mr. Templeton. And yet you do not decline my invitation. Let's go with that one. True. This is hardly a direct order, is it? I'm afraid you have me there. Very well then, what do you wish to discuss? Alright. Not actually the beginning of a discussion, but... Alright, here's Grimly Shaw. Heard the photographer call my songs poetry earlier. Kurt also called them poetry. Never thought about being a poet. Can't even write. Music and poetry are similar, you can see the comparison, can't you? Writing isn't a requirement, poetry is oral too. You're right, I've heard your music. Poetry is not the word I would use. So rude, but we'll go with the middle. Writing isn't a requirement. We might as well sing at that point. Are poets just lazy musicians? Oh man. Junior. Overheard some crew talking about how they missed proper food back on land. Ungrateful bastard. Should have smacked them. Can't blame them though. We've been out here quite a while. You don't miss the land, do you? Maybe you should switch up the cooking. Their complaints are ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with your food. You don't miss the land, do you? Not at all. I've no attachment there. I'm saltborn, more so than most. For me, it's the sea I miss. Hammond, our chief engineer. Evening. That rescue ship better be coming. Don't trust the benefactor to follow through. Oh, haven't you worked with them before? Cynicism will get us nowhere, Hammond. Do you trust Templeton? I feel like if I say, haven't you worked with them before, it'll be like, yeah, and that's why I don't trust them to follow through. But interesting that he seems to know who they are. Aye, and they've paid me well when all goes right. They've always been the type to weigh their purse before anything. Alright. Cordell. Have you ever attended the theater, Captain? It is a luxury I've not indulged in quite some time. A good 10 years at least. I'm surprised you enjoy the theater. I've seen a few plays in my time, yes, never have. Do we think we're the type to have ever been to the theater? I feel like we haven't, so we'll say never have. A shame. I feel you would enjoy the experience. Enjoying the craft of the theater. It is quite the escape, Captain. A shame that it is a luxury we cannot carry with us on the ice. Well, that just makes it sound like we gotta put on our own show. I'm sure Kurt would be all for it. Alright, but now we have this conversation going on with Kurt, Nutley, and Kasha. You make your way towards the main camp, approaching Kurt as he speaks to Nutley. Well, it's not that I find use in it. I understand. I know the struggles of having so much pressure put on you at a young age. So, you're saying you were nervous when you were my age? No, of course not. I was a 6'5" hooker in rugby. But, of course, I can empathize. You approach and you notice Kasha following close behind you, a few steps back with some hesitation. Kurt's eyes catch you. He calls the both of you over. Right, we did... I think it was in the last stream we talked to Kasha. We found out that she's, you know, a fan and, like, follower of Kurt's, life and expedition, so she's has been nervous to approach him in person. So maybe this we can get her start talking to Kurt, maybe. Ah, Captain Shaw, I was just helping our good doctor. Our first trip out onto the ice left him shaken, and I'm set to calm his spirits. Kurt, you haven't spoken to Kasha before. She's quite the fan. And Nutley's more resilient than he appears. He'll be fine. It'll take more than a pep talk to set Nutley straight. That's so mean. I'm also, I feel like Kasha might need a push to talk to Kurt, but I don't want to call her out too much at the same time. Like, I want to give her an in, not be like, here's Kasha, she's been too nervous to talk to you for the past 12 weeks. I don't need to I feel like I don't need to point it out. So maybe we'll say Nutley's more resilient than he appears. He'll be fine. Although we'll see how he feels about that. Ah. Nutley is noticeably taken aback by your statement. Do you really think that? Of course, I can see it myself. I know a brave man when I see one, and I'm looking at one right now. Aw, why? Who's behind me? That comment causes Kasha to laugh profusely. Why the laughter? Oh, you were serious? Apologies. Nutley stares at the floor. I probably don't have it in me, not compared to the rest of the crew. The rest? Yes, I look at someone like Hammond rescuing the boiler, Hakasha covered the plagues in the streets, and you with your famous expeditions. What do I have? Kasha steps forward into the conversation. Is that some kind of jape? You're a doctor. You perform surgery. That's brave enough as it is. Oh, thank you. You're a trained surgeon. None of the rest of us can say that. It's true, Nutley, you're a valuable part of the crew. You're assuming he's capable of actually performing surgery. Oh god. We all need to be brave in our situation. We'll go with the top one. It's true, Nutley. You're a valuable part of this crew. And they all like that. I am? Right, yes, I am. Thank you, Captain Shaw. Aye, we're all doing a good job of pulling our weight around here. Nutley returns to his tent as Kurt begins to share stories by the campsite with Kasha. The young journalist is keenly taking notes. There we go. Great. I see in the chat, musician versus poet discourse. Alright, I guess I doubt, I feel like we probably aren't going to have individual conversations with those three, but we will check in. Oh, maybe we will. Evening, Shaw. We've been here quite a while, haven't we? Longest I've been on the ice, no doubt. Sounds to me like you're struggling. What was your previous record? Put on a brave face for the young ones. What was your previous record? Nowhere close. Not even a month. Few stay this long and make it out. Apologies, Captain. Didn't mean to cast a dark cloud. Alright. Kasha. Captain, something worrying occurred to me. Enough time has passed that those back on land will know something went wrong. My parents are optimists, but they've no doubt done their research on expeditions such as this. Statistics are not a guarantee, Kasha, and maintain that optimism. They must be missing you dearly. You knew the risk signing on. I'm certain they did as well. Statistics are not a guarantee. Oh, of course. But they're much less easily comforted. Well, I can't comfort them from here, but I get it. It sucks. Captain, I realized something. Oh. Enough time has passed now. My family, they'll know something went wrong. My father must be mortified. My mother, I can't imagine how worried she must be. I'm certain your father is more concerned for his son than he is mortified. All the more reason to return home sooner, is it not? It's reasonable to be homesick, Arthur. Try to stay strong, though. I mean, like, I get saying, like, your father isn't mortified, he's concerned, but also, is that still, it's still not a good thing to be worrying about, like, oh, yeah, he's actually, yeah, you're right, he is worried to death about me instead. More reason to return home sooner, is it not? What kind of statement is that? Like, there's no option to return home sooner. I guess we'll go, I'm certain your father's more concerned for his son than he is mortified. Yes, of course. But he pointed me in the direction of this expedition. That must weigh heavy. Alright. Okay, that's everyone, so we'll end the week. Oh, I see in the chat, my Wi-Fi keeps cutting in and out, so I think that's a sign for me to tap out. I'll try to catch the VOD. Yeah, no worries. Get some good sleep tonight, and have a great time at the con. Have a good rest of your stream. Thank you. But yeah, I'll talk to you later. All right. Oh, the fuel rations are concerning me already. I don't like that it's in the red. But I guess I think it's just probably gonna get worse from here. So, because it's just gonna be getting colder. I guess the only difference is that, well, yeah, so someone will develop freezing, but we aren't gonna lose any decorum. Yeah, I don't want to move the, or should we, maybe we should we do half rations for fuel? Why have one person freeze when you can have two people freeze? Just because we didn't get a lot of hunting done. And like, if we're gonna take the time to, like, if we're gonna be doing fewer rations, I think when we don't have a lot of people hurt and when we are at full decorum, that's like the time to do half rations. I don't want to do, like, I would have done half food rations, but we do have someone that's malnourished, so I would love to cure that. But like, we can have the engineers raise the heat next week and cure these people. Oh, and I just realized we're gonna have, yeah. Oh, two of them they both got freezing on the sled hunt. Shit. Okay. Well, we have 4 people that are freezing now. Well, I guess we'll just have to deal with it. Okay. That's fine. Alright, I don't know what's happening at the boiler. You approach Hammond at the boiler. Morn. Starting to miss that ship. got spare time on my hands now. First time for anything. You say that like it's a bad thing. Congratulations. I'm sure you'll find something to do. I'm trying to be like, what do I think he'll respond with if I say these? I don't think he will like congratulations, and I don't want to say that anyways. You say that like a bad thing, he'll probably be like, it is a bad thing. Because now I can get distracted or something. I'm sure you'll find something to do. Got his loyalty. Aye. Spare time's a poison. See? See? You'd want to avoid it when you can. Alright, was there anyone else? Let's pet the doggies. You nod knowingly at it. You bark back at it. You pat its back. Okay. Those two don't want to talk. Right. Oh! Hammond! You're back here. Oh, and it's, they're speaking to each other. Ooh. Interesting. I'm not accusing you of anything. Then why do you keep launching questions at me? I told you on the ship the engineering was impeccable. Then why did we sink, Hammond? Why am I sentenced to the ice? I've more important things to be getting on with, Templeton. I just need to know what happened to the Temperance. Was it sabotage? They stop and turn to you. Captain, good of you to join us. Templeton was just interrogating me. Not an interrogation. We all have questions here, Mr. Hammond. Templeton has a point. Hammond, what was the Temperance compromised? You must have a lot of questions of your own, Hammond. Tell me, who's paying for this madness? Who? Yeah, that's what I'm interested in. Who's the benefactor? Tell me, who's paying for this madness? Now that's a bloody good question. The scientist frowns. Does Shaw not even know who the benefactor is? No, I don't. No one will tell me. Templeton looks between the two of you and considers the moment. The scientist scans the room before moving to pick up a food tin from the corner. He lifts the tin and throws it to you, or throws it towards you. Inspect the tin. The Apperton Tinning Company. Open, that's what it says. The Apperton Tinning Company. Tinned fresh peaches. Consume within 3 days of opening. I'm not hungry. What's this? Are you serious? Are you serious? That's who is paying for this. We might die in the middle of fucking nowhere for a tinned food company, Shaw. Yep. So that's the mystery that, yeah, of the benefactor. They gave us all the food for this, and they're funding this expedition. They have additional investments. I would assume so. I would hope so, because why the hell is a food tinning company interested in a lost, probably sunken ship? I've known smugglers to swear by these tins at sea, which is only available for those with a criminal background. Not tasty, not terrible. Don't tell Cordell, but I hear they cut their mince with dog meat. No. I'll do this. I've known smugglers to swear by these tins at sea. Well, all of ours went bad, so it's no matter anyway. The money is good. This changes nothing about the mission. The mission is still our survival, not money. Agreed, this changes nothing, or are we done here? I mean, yeah, the mission is our survival. I would like to get paid, though, at the end of this for this bullshit. I guess I'll just say, are we done here? Aye. The two men observe each other. Are we all in agreement, Captain? Agreement about what? What do you mean agreement? About... Aye, for now. Hammond exits. What are we in agreement about? No, we're just leaving things for another time. Alright. I guess we'll just get on with the request. But yeah, so there's some tension between Hammond and Templeton. And like about the benefactor in general. Since Hammond was saying that he doesn't trust them. To like send rescue for us, where Templeton, I mean, he's saying that they will, but I guess technically we don't know if he secretly has doubts or if he like, and he's just putting on a show of being like having faith in them, or if he does truly feel that way. Anyways, what does Junior want? Shaw. I did a stock on our current food after leaving Temperance Camp. We're burning through our food stores at a fair rate. Yeah, I know. Luckily, the game is in abundance here. It should not be difficult to stockpile further food stores. Hopefully. For the time being, yes. But winter is approaching fast, and with it, the game will start to dry up. We need to make the most of our time here if we're going to survive the winter. What's your estimate, Mr. Stoke? It's hard to say, but we'll need enough to last us 12 weeks. 12 weeks? And that's just at a bare minimum, assuming the tightest rations possible during winter. Understood. Thank you, Junior. Junior exits. Captain, we have a great opportunity to increase our food stores by a considerable degree. But we must consider the encroaching winter. If we don't have enough to last the winter, survival is just not possible. Alright, here's Kurt. Ah, Captain. The sunlight won't last forever, you know. Yeah, I know. I was just told. Oh, no time like the present to play a game of rugby. A game with the crew? That's what you're suggesting? Why not? Keeps the spirits high and the blood pumping. An active crew is a healthy crew. A simple game always did wonders for my expeditions. Wonderful idea. I'm sure the crew will enjoy it. Perhaps another time. Everyone already has work to do. Someone could get hurt. I'm not risking injury on something so trivial. I mean, it'll probably get our decorum back up. I guess 3 to 5. Let's do like 3 people. I'm thinking like, who should we send? Maybe we'll do one of the scouts. We'll do Flick. Or maybe I want to keep the scouts because we only have one hunting spot that we've found. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the scouts. I guess let's do 2 Johns. Brunt. Who's into sports? I guess gnomes. Why not? I don't want to do 5 people. Okay, so it just would have given us more decorums. We got 2 for every person that we added. Oh, it's sure to be a lark. Chances like this don't come often, Captain. Alright, now Grimly. Shaw, notice something. Crew go into those interviews with the photographer all shaken. But they're always feeling better when they come out. It seems speaking with Belford helps alleviate some of their stress and trauma. I thought you should know. Well, Captain, we should continue to send any shaken crew her way. Not sure we should be making her the therapist, but alright. Oh. Ah, Captain, pleased to say I have quite the headache this morning. The crew greatly appreciated the wine. It's only a shame that we'll have to wait until we're back on land for more. A grand celebration for our return home is in order. Well, now we can concern ourselves with getting home. Best not celebrate early. Of course, of course. Still, a good time to be had. Alright, so now our decorum is all the way up. Captain, perhaps you may have noticed some discontent among the crew. I haven't, actually. Sideways glances and the like? Have you? I haven't. No. Yes. Why? I'll just say have you. Indeed I have. You may thank the Elder Stoke for that. Perhaps you should listen to what he's been playing as of late for the crew. Songs of disrespect. Songs of mutiny. He seems intent to sow distrust for you among the crew. He is becoming a problem. He never should have kept that accordion. He never should have kept that accordion. And that act of insubordination was enough. How is that insubordination just for keeping an accordion? What? What do you suggest we do? I feel I should make peace with the man somehow. Yeah, I feel I should make peace with him. I fear you'll have a difficult time, Captain. Stoke seems to have dug in his heels. You'll need to find some way to appease him. Either that, or remove his accordion from the equation. Surely that would cause more conflict. I'll have a talk with him, Templeton. I'll need to hear these songs for myself first. Yeah, I need to hear them to be the judge. Or to know how to judge. Very well, hear them for yourself. Okay. Who is over here? Looks like Lefty and Tucker. Life's better when you're not lugging equipment off a ship, don't you think? Huh, and you're one of the young ones. I was throwing my back out every day. Some well-deserved rest coming our way. If you think this is the end of our work, you've another thing coming. Yeah, I'm not sure we're resting anytime soon, buddy. Okay, let's put whoever it is that's injured and freezing in the med bay. Tashi, alright. Okay, so they'll be cured of that. Ask the engineers to raise the heat. So we'll put both of them on it. Ooh. Oh yeah, we have we had an extra thing. I forgot, like a camp upgrade that means like an extra person heals. So it wasn't just 2, it was 3. Nice. Okay. And then Tasha's in the med bay, so they'll be fine by the end of the week. Cool. Okay. Nope. I keep clicking. I see the paw prints and I'm like, ah, that's sending out the dogs, but no. Okay. Send a scout team up there. Ugh. Okay, the one here. I guess we'll do, okay, let's send a hunting team. We can send 4 people. Okay. Should we do another scouting? Or what is this? So you would have to do 4. I'm wondering if we should get some fish for future weeks. Because when you feed them to the dogs, it'll like restore some number of them. I don't know how many, so I'm not sure if it'll be worth it, is the thing. I guess we'll just have to take the chance. So we'll send all the people we have left. Get as many fish as possible. And then we'll just have to see next week if it was a good idea or not. Okay. Keep her lit, Captain. That's the plan. We'll do 1 thing of wood. Then an elephant seal. So that'll put us up to 77. That'd be 72, right? Yeah. That'll be 84. Okay. Alright. We're going to dinner, they have their meal. Dinner is shared, stories are traded. Let's listen into this song first. This is like all of the sailors. Yeah, it looks like it. So they're all gathered to hear Grimly's song. You notice the sailors are still seated around the campfire, listening with rapt attention as Grimly plays on his accordion. As he continues to play, the crew join in on the song. And we get to hear the song.
Captain has a frozen arse, hard as rock, no thawing soon. Never tells which way is south, hardly tells their arse from mouth. They never had a notion for taking our command. Send us to the hells for biscuits, we eat out of their hands. We eat out of their hands. Captain Hunt could take a ship further than his fingertip. Captain Shaw can't move a pace. What a waste of hauling space. They never had a notion for taking our command. Send us to the hells for biscuits, we eat out of their hands. We eat out of their hands.
Man, it's a catchy tune. I mean, I'm not gonna smash the accordion. I'm just gonna laugh it off. You let out a laugh and the crew look to you. They begin to laugh in turn. The festivities of dinner wind down as all return to their business. Something up there. And we got people to listen in on. Looks like Runt and Lefty. Shouldn't you be with your father, lad? I'm grown enough. I thought the same at your age. Aye, long time ago. Consider yourself lucky someone's taking care of you, lad. Yeah. Nope, here's, Mr. Zach and Mr. Gloss again. It's good to have some music with your dinner, is it not? I suppose we should take what is given to us. I intended to bring a phonograph, but there was no space among my equipment. A shame, but I quite enjoy what we have now. Then there's someone else, yeah. Is this Tucker? Yeah. Captain, I never thought I'd say it, but I'm starting to miss being on the proper land. There's more drink back on land. Prefer the sea, do you? I'm growing used to the ice myself. Prefer the sea, do you? Better people at sea. A lot of bad memories back on land. Yeah. Alright. And I saw this was Ward. Or Runt's dad. Captain. You have any children of your own? I do. No, none. Why do you ask? I said we weren't married, but maybe we do have a kid. I think that's interesting, so I'll say I do. You miss them? Most of the crew don't know what it's like. Yeah. I would not be surprised if Ward is the only parent. I mean, of the sailors. I know Kurt has several children. But honestly, it seems like only Kurt and Ward have children. Well, no, Lefty said something once about having kids, but, or a kid at least, but the implication was that they were estranged. Sorry, I'm just looking around at who's to talk to. Let's start in here. Captain, I was playing with Cordell's dogs earlier. I think when I return home, I'm going to get myself a pet. Not a dog, though. Maybe an exotic bird, like a parrot. There's that optimism. Good to hear. Are you still thinking about your home, or why a parrot? Let's do why a parrot. A pet that can hold a conversation. What's not to like? Then again, maybe that will be too much to handle. I should keep it simple. A duck, perhaps. Oh, that would be... I'm just imagining now her going around and there's a little duck following her around. That'd be so cute. Captain, I've made friends with this crew. Kasha, Kurt, Jr. They've all treated me with kindness since I arrived. Sorry, I had to say it out loud to someone. I suppose it sounds awfully childish to brag about, doesn't it? It's okay to be childish, Doctor. You're still in your youth after all. Childish? No. Pathetic, maybe. So fucking mean. Why are the things with, like, Arthur so mean? Like, there's other, like, kind of rude options with other people, but I feel like Arthur always has, like, super mean things you can say to him. So we're gonna go with not at all. I'm happy for you, Arthur. Oh, thank you, Captain. I'm just happy I can admit something like that. It's kind of you to listen. Alright, I wonder if Grimley has anything to say about... song. Doesn't look like it. Hunt had a musician on his crew when I was a small one. Learned how to make and play the accordion from them. Then they just left. Always wonder what happened to them. I suppose you admired them, did you? I take it they were a carpenter as well. Can't have been happy to leave without a word. I take it they were a carpenter as well. I took up both roles. I was the only one who showed interest. No, Templeton. Enough time has passed. Our benefactor may have realized that a disaster has occurred. I've known our benefactor for quite some time. Rest assured, they will not be giving up on this expedition. It was ill-fated to begin with. They should have seen this coming. Let us hope not. Our hopes ride on their rescue ship. Do they care about the crew or the mission? Let us hope not. Let's see. We can trust them to send rescue. Responsibility on our end lies with surviving long enough to see it. Okay. You know, I used to be much taller than Grimly when we were growing up. It would piss him off something fierce, being the older brother. Even Hunt would poke fun. Don't know why I'm remembering that now, though. I don't suppose he'd appreciate me poking fun, would he? Let's not even broach that subject. I'm sure you were happy to have something over him, or feeling nostalgic. Sure, feeling nostalgic. I suppose so. Simpler times, that. Oh my god. Crewmate just asked me if the dogs could serve as emergency fuel. Don't think they were serious, but I had a bloody good laugh imagining the kennel master's face if we suggested it. Sure, you tell Cordell. I'll watch. Casual work on your obituary. Let's hope they weren't serious. We can't be resorting to suggestions like that. Well, would they? No, Sean, no. Sure, you tell Cordell. I'll watch. Casual work on your obituary. You're a funny one now, are you? Pretty sure it's the captain's job to pass on that message. You should try it. No, thank you. I think you'd have a better time just throwing yourself into the boiler than suggesting to use the dogs as fuel. Look at that face. I could never. Captain, something occurs to me. I know startlingly little of your life. You've invited me here several times now, and I've given little thought into asking about your own affairs. Staggering lack of etiquette, wouldn't you agree? There isn't much to know. You needn't ask. I don't care much for etiquette. I haven't been offended. Well, is there something you wanted to know? Let's do that. No, not particularly. I was merely remarking on my own faux pas. I still have no interest in prying. You are Captain Shaw. That is all I need to know. Fair enough. Flattered, but really should be getting rest. Alright, we'll end the week. Alright, we'll do... Since no one has... Come on. Why is this one always so hard to grab? There we go. So... One person will be malnourished, one person will be freezing. I'll lose 10 decorum, but let's go with that. So Cavity and Ward, Mrs. Gloss, and Flick freezing. And Tucker, shit. Okay. Well, Okay, we'll get 3 of them cured. It's fine. We'll worry about it when we get back. Because right now, we're gonna go on break. So let me get over. Alright. So break time. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll see if we get to another week or possibly 2. Alright. Be back in a bit. Alright. Welcome back. Let's get going with that next week. Since we got a lot of people that are cold. So we'll take care of that. After let's listen in on people first before we do that exclamation point. Oh, we have Kurt and Templeton talking. You know, Richard, I much prefer a hearty dinner of wild game to what we had before. Never could stomach those tinned rations, least of all those peaches. Is that so? I admit I'd be a little biased. Where I'm from, you could get fresh peaches by the bundle, right off the tree. Bite into one of those, and it takes me right back to my childhood. I'm not even hungry right now, but like a fresh peach does sound so good. Yes, peaches are, I think it should say are native to your home island, as I understand. Apperton doesn't quite do the flavor justice when they decided you all should have them. It's all too processed, I say. Well, concessions have to be made in order to encourage further productions. Are you sure there was an issue with the flavor, or do you simply prefer to live off the land? You know, it may just be that. I admit there's a certain satisfaction in gathering your meal yourself. It's how we all did it hundreds of years back. Thankfully, those days are long behind us. Anyway, I must attend to the day's requests. Alright. Oh! Arthur, one of the dogs, and Cordell, and Stanbury. This one wandered into my tent this morning. Come along, Pascal. Don't bother the doctor. Did he get into your stores by any chance? No, he just woke me from my sleeping bag. He was licking my face. Aww. A friendly one. No need to be frightened, Doctor. I'm not... Of course. Poor Arthur. I think that was just those 2 conversations. Alright, so what's going on here? Hammond again. Morning, Captain. I think we're gonna miss the summer when it leaves us. Never took you for a summer man, Hammond. Why is that? I say bring on the winter. Let this place show the worst it has for us. No, I don't want to see the worst. I'm sure it's because, we don't have, you know, winter means very cold. Like, way colder than it is now. And I'm sure that's why he's gonna miss the summer, because it's just gonna be more work. But I'll ask why anyway. Yeah. Winter means colder. Colder means having to waste more fuel on this bloody thing. Not looking forward to that, let me tell you. Yeah. I doubt there's anything in here. This, I just realized this looks kind of different. Less blood, and the leopard seal is gone. Alright, let's take requests. Stanbury! What is it? So hidden. No, Stanbury! Arf! Should you not be with your master, dog? Please do not bother the captain. Apologies, Shaw. No doubt Stanberry smelled the scent of the latest catch on you. The latest catch? Some fish was added to the stores, I take it? Stanberry has quite the taste for it. Are you suggesting we feed it to the dogs? If you wish. I assure you they have enough to eat, though. I'm certain the pack would enjoy that, but we cannot allow them to grow spoiled. Come, Stanberry. Odd creatures. They're just little doggies. Actually, I'm curious what the fish do. Oh my gosh. Wait, they add 15 to the who shit they cause malnourishment? Yeah. The vile, oily fish are hard to stomach, but food nonetheless. Better to be burned or fed to the dogs at the kennels. Alright. They do add a lot to the furnace. I mean, more than, like, these two do. So, I guess they are worth for that. Along with being used to refresh the dogs. Okay. So, Nutley's here. Oh no. If he's talking about the rugby game, I think is he here to tell us people got injured or to be like, thankfully no one got injured. Captain, Kurt's game of rugby was a rousing success. Everyone was eager to get involved. Even yourself, Doctor? You don't seem the sort. I'm not, but Kurt did drag me into a game. Okay. I was tackled fairly hard. I'm still feeling it, to be honest. I'm not alone. I'm not surprised there was much roughhousing involved. Still, everyone had a great time, despite the multitude of aches and pains. If you'll excuse me, I need to lie down now. Well, I'm glad it wasn't bad enough that someone ended up, like, wounded. Alright, here's Runt. Captain, I've been thinking. What is it, young man? Well, I'm not a very good sailor. I'm small, and I'm not very strong. Well, we're sorry to hear that. But I still want to help. There's plenty of sailors, but there's not as many scouts, or scientists, or engineers. Well, those roles require quite specialized skills. I can learn. Dr. Nutley lent me his books, and I've been learning to read. I can still help, just a little. Well, earning a doctorate is out of the question in this scenario, but training isn't out of the question. Excuse me. If you're diligent, I suppose you can be taught some of the basics, enough to lend a hand at least. That's what I thought. Captain, please? Make your way to Nutley. From now on, you're his assistant. Speak with Hammond. He'll show you the ins and outs of engineering. Head to Kurt. He'll be happy to have another scout in his team. You're fine as a sailor, Timmy. You should grow into the role. I'm curious. Because I went with the engineering before. And, like, the scout, I feel like it's obvious he becomes another scout, but what happens if you make him Nutley's assistant? I wonder if that means you could have more people in the med bay at a time. Like, it'd be instead of like only up to 2 people, you could have up to 3 people, perhaps? Is that something we need? Do I want another scout? Do I want another engineer? Because the engineers, they can raise the heat, which will cure freezing. So right now, with our 2 engineers, we can cure 3 people of freezing. So we'd be able to cure up to 4 people if we had an extra engineer. Scouts. maybe? Just because he did ask Nutley for a book, like, on medicine. I know he was saying it was more so we could learn to read, rather than necessarily being interested in medicine, but maybe let's go with that. Because I'm also, again, I'm curious to see what that even means if he's the doctor's assistant. So make your way to Nutley. From now on, you're his assistant. Ooh. Nice. Okay, I will. Thank you, Cap. Dr. Nutley is already lacking a proper experience, but he knows his theory. Perhaps a spare pair of hands is exactly what the doctor needs. Okay, yeah, so retaining Runt has given the camp +1 maximum doctor's slot. I assume that means... I said, yeah, as if I understood exactly what that means. I assume it means that we can have one more person put into the medical tent. I'm telling you, you're jumping the gun here. And I'm telling you, you're out of your bloody mind. Gentlemen, what seems to be the issue here? Apologies for bursting in like this, but winter's on the way. We need to hunker down as soon as possible. If we want to survive the cold, we'll want the camp to be set up for winter in 2 weeks. I thought it was summer. A good idea, Hammond, and you disagree with this, Kurt. 2 weeks seems premature, does it not? Saying you disagree with this, Kurt? You want protection from the elements, I understand, but I know just how long the winter can last. If we haven't stockpiled enough food, we'll starve to death waiting for the winter to clear. So you would suggest a longer hunting period? Much longer. 5 weeks if we can. 5 bloody weeks. Winter will have hit by then. Are you mad? We have enough to live off. 2 weeks is all we need. I'm sorry, but have you been on the ice before? You talk like you have. Don't need experience to have common bloody sense, do I? Men, calm down. There's no need to turn this agreement personal. Argument. It should be. Captain, your thoughts? Hammond is right, we can't risk waiting too long. I agree with Kurt, we should take advantage of the hunting season for as long as possible. I hope to think this over. You both make good points. I mean, I don't... Like, could we do 3 weeks? Could we do 4 weeks? Because 5 weeks does sound scary, but 2 weeks also sounds scary. Let's split the difference. So neither of them will be happy. But I guess out of these, Hammond is right, we can't risk waiting too long. I agree with Kurt, we should take advantage of the hunting season for as long as possible. I'll have to think this over. You both make good points. I don't think either of them will be happy with that. Are we gonna lose? Are we gonna lose Hammond's loyalty? Possibly. Depends on how much minus we get for saying we agree with Kurt. Sorry, Hammond. Shit! Then when the season ends, we'll be ripped apart. Think it through. Mr. Hammond, that is enough. The decision has been made. I trust the captain's choice. Perhaps 2 weeks from now, circumstances will change. We will see. Now, if you'll both carry on your work, with your work, fine. Okay, I trust you, Captain. Yeah, like, yeah, where's the, we'll check in 2 weeks? Captain, a suggestion. The ice at this camp seems stable enough that we could conceivably drill a hole through it. For what purpose? Ice fishing. I understand the crew are quite adept at the pastime. And it would prove a pathway to gather more food. I mean, the fish would be good for fuel. Or for the dogs. They're not really good for people. Now I'm just going, I feel silly now for sending out the hunting team per fish, but no, that's still good fuel. Sure, why not? 3 people. It was your idea, so you can help. Lefty. Maybe, one of the scouts, I don't know. No, because I still need to find, like, good hunting. He's just completely gone. I guess that is one of the things of making him a doctor, that he's no longer like a doctor's assistant. Otherwise he would have shown up in the engineers or scouts. So he's shit. So rent is just off the table to use now. So I've effectively lost a person. That sucks, actually. Well, okay. Sure, Tucker, why not? Thank you, Captain. I will direct them in their duties. Perhaps we will catch something worth our while. The earlier debate between Mr. Hammond and Mr. Darling was quite worrying. If our navigator and our engineer are at odds, a divide will form amongst the crew. They're both reasonable men, it won't come to that. Hammond and Kurt should learn to respect my authority. Neither are endearing themselves to the sailors, it seems. Yeah. Cause for concern, no doubt. The crew is like the body. This crew is like the body. Each organ must be working in tandem if we are to survive. Do about it at this moment. Is this Lefty and Ward? I mean, not Ward, Runt again. So this is as warm as it gets down here? It's still cold, isn't it? You think you're cold. Wait until you have old bones like mine. I hope I'm not still stuck here when I'm old. Kurt and Junior, it looks like. Warm one today, relatively speaking. I never understood how we could grow so used to the cold. I can't even handle a proper summer back home these days, huh? An island summer might be just what I need when this is done. Okay, just needs fuel for the week. Yep. Okay, let's get these 2 on this. Alright, so you heal, freezing. That's okay. It was confused because those are still happening on the side. Okay, so I'll add that. 24, so that'll be 51. Oh, 60. What is happening? Why is this? I'll do another one of those. That'll be 66. Okay. Feed the hoosh. Okay, wait, so that's 24. That'll add 30, so that'll be 89. Okay, and then that'll take us up to 92. Well, we didn't pet the dog, so actually we'll do this. Tickle it behind its ears, pat its head, rub its chin. I wonder if this will tell us. Oh wait, need to be spent first before we replenish them. Sorry. Okay. Oh my god. Like. Okay, there's some emperor penguins. Okay, and there's seals. Okay. 2, 3, 4. I don't know what. This is our first time getting emperor penguins, so I'm not sure what their like stats are. I guess. Okay, well, let's see what giving the fish. Does it replenish all of them? Oh, 2. Only 2. Okay, so we'll do both of those and get 4, I guess. And I mean, now since I've done that, I have to send people out for it to feel worth it. I guess we'll go after these. Who's that last person that I... Oh, well... Okay, it's someone that I already have on it. Okay. So I can't send a whole hunting team out. But that's alright. Okay. Okay. Tell the crew for dinner. Crew of their meal, dinner is shared, and stories are traded. Oh. Another song! Or actually, I think it's the same exact song. But oh look, there's more people here. Now the scouts are here, and the engineers, and one of the scientists. You notice the sailors are still seated around the campfire, listening with rapt attention as Grimly plays on his accordion. The same song from last week. More of the crew have since joined in. Oh. The lyrics weren't supposed to be there. Templeton approaches, speaking to you in a hushed tone. Captain.
Captain has a frozen arse. Hard as rock, no thawing soon. Never tells which way is south. Hard hardly tells their arse from mouth. They never had a notion for taking
I'm gonna let this
our
song
command.
play out
Send us to the
first.
hells for biscuits. Weed out of their hands. Weed out of their hands.
It is a bop.
Captain Hunts could take a ship further than his fingertip. Captain Shaw can't move a pace. What a waste of hauling space. They never had a notion for taking our command. Send us to the hells for biscuits. Weed out of their hands. Weed out of their hands.
Alright, Captain, do you hear this? This has gone on long enough, don't you think? Unites the crew, at least. I agree, or what do you mean? What do you mean? This will continue until you put a stop to it. Your leadership is in question. You have to act. Very well, I'll speak with him. I've elected to leave Grimly. Please respect that, Templeton. Walk up and smash the accordion. I'm not gonna smash the accordion. I don't feel the need to talk to him about this either, so I've elected to leave Grimly be. Oh. Very well. If you won't do something, I will. As the music comes to a close, Templeton marches up to Grimly. Mr. Glossley, return to your post immediately. The old man catches himself before returning to his tent in shame. Problem? Good song. What's it about? What? What is the song about? The crowd of sailors stay, watching the confrontation. Oh, yeah, I realize. Oh, the scouts and engineers have cleared out. Did Shaw set you up to this? Just tell me, Mr. Stoke, what is that song about? Piss off. So you won't tell me? Grimly reaches forward and grabs Templeton stiffly by the collar. I said, piss off. Grimly, get your hands off of Mr. Templeton. Templeton, I told you to leave Grimly be. Calm down, the two of you. There's no need for this. I mean, my guy, I did tell you to leave Grimly be. Sowing seeds of mutiny is not something that can be left be. Grimly releases his grip on Templeton's collar. Sounds like you're the one disobeying orders. Ooh. If you'll excuse me. Templeton slinks off to his tent as the crowd disperses. Ugh. Okay, let's start off up here. Looks like 2 Johns, yeah. How are my favorite crew members, Lady Cordell? Tired. They need their rest. I won't disturb them then. You know, you should treat them more often. They receive all the treats they need, I assure you. I guess we'll talk to Cordell too. Stanberry and Pascal were engaged in a fight this morning. A more serious matter than the usual scrap. I put a stop to it, but it is concerning. Those two often get along. Their dogs, Cordell, I wouldn't look too much into it. Perhaps the pressure's finally getting to them. The ice can do this to people. Dogs are no different. Do you think you're pushing them too hard? Let's go with the middle one. I would hope not, but you may be right. Stress can affect us all, can it not? I'll have to be more gentle with that pair in the coming weeks. Kurt... Shaw. Do you look at me as an old man? Don't mistake me, I know I'm getting up there in years. But I'm a father, not a grandfather. You're perfectly capable if that is what you're asking. Your cane begs to differ, Kurt. What is this? Are you feeling insecure? You're perfectly capable if that's what you're asking. In a way, yes. I suppose that's more pressing than the gray hairs. It's alright, Robin. I don't mind being seen as the old man. Just so as long as I'm not the useless old man. I get it. Oh, are you ice fishing? Yes. Are you interested? My father would take me fishing quite often. I have some experience. But of course, it's a different story on the ice. Feel free to take the reins, Doctor. Oh, thank you. Perhaps a bit later. Gnomes and Lefty. Starting to miss the browbeating heat. Calling this summer feels like a joke. Bundle up more, old man. It'll only get colder from here. Hope there are 2 engineers, Grips and Dick, I believe. See, the chief's got into a bit of a spat with Mr. Darling. Hammond's brilliant, but he's adamant to make everything harder on himself. Not that Darling is any better. Yeah. On a ship with Grimley and Hunt. To be honest, that's all I've ever known. Half of my earliest memories are of that. When this is over, not sure what to do. You served on a ship that young, you and Grimley can carry on. This isn't the end for you. If you have a talent, plenty of ships will take you on as cook. I'll say you served on a ship that young? Wasn't much else to do back then. Grimley and I didn't have many options. Hunt gave us one. Was looking at my contract, Captain. Oh, I know what this I remember this conversation. After you and Templeton, I'm next in command. So don't bloody die. I don't want that responsibility. Well, now I can't die. I don't want to subject the crew to your leadership. Better you than Templeton, I say. Reluctant to take charge. Well, now I can't die. I don't want to subject the crew to your leadership. I think he'll find that funny. Huh. You got that bloody right, Captain. Such as Cordell, yeah. Okay. Oh, we've got Flick and Yorick the Third. Oh. I've noticed old Kurt has been butting heads with the engineer lately. Not surprised. Mr. Hammond has butted heads with just about everyone so far. That bowman ought to be careful who he speaks to. He's fortunate Kurt is so patient. Let's be fair. Kurt can be as stubborn as the rest at times. Yeah, so great. Now we have conflict brewing. Not just between Kurt and Hammond, but the rest of the engineers and scouts are obviously noticing. So there might be problems between them as well. We've been out here for too long. Miss the sea. I just don't feel right on solid ice. Captain Hunt would tell me to suck it up if he were here. I feel the same. The ice is no home. And I'll say it too. Suck it up, Grimley. Still haven't grown used to it. I feel the same. The ice is no home. Agreed. The sooner we get off the ice, the better. Let's see what Kasha and Arthur have, and then we'll talk to Templeton. Before I joined this expedition, I was concerned with how my report would be received. I'm certain the wreck makes for a more interesting story. But before that, it feels like interest in the great explorers is waning. And why did you take the story? Does the success of the report matter to you? Perhaps we can renew that interest. Then why did you take the story? Well, interest wasn't waning with me. I grew up on these tales. Don't know where I'd be without them. Others may not care these days, but they stick with me. I hope another child latches onto this story. Good evening, Captain. I escaped a talk with Kurt over dinner. I like the use of the word escape. He kept asking about my plans for the future. I didn't know what to say. Understandable. Now, most of all, we should be focusing on the present. Do you not have any plans? He's just trying to make conversation not lead. You needn't overthink it. I mean, I understand. I also don't like thinking about the future. Ha ha ha. Anyway. Agreed. It's hard to think years ahead when we can barely look a week into the future. I hope I can answer properly in the future. That'll be the first step of my plan. I think talk to everyone. Yes. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I get to scroll in so we can see him. I will respect your decision, Captain. Believe me, though, he will only continue to cause issues for us. I mean, will he? I mean, we've almost have his loyalty. I don't think he's gonna be causing issues. Alright. Let's end this week. Okay, so whoever was still freezing is gonna be a step further. Alright, I want that person to be cured from malnourishment. I'm also scared. We don't have a lot of food. I might do half rations. So these two will both progress to the next level, but I can send them to Dr. Nutley and Runt. And we have quite a few medical comforts, so we could just get them right back on their feet. I think I'm gonna do that. Alright. How many people are gonna be freezing? Jeez. My God. Okay. It's fine. We'll be okay. I'll just get this started. But, we are at the 2-hour mark. So we're gonna be ending things here. Oh, it is morning and it is dark out. Oh boy. It feels like we've crossed over into like not having full daylight anymore, according to our okay. I see penguins. I know what this week is gonna be. Okay, this one's gonna be a fun one. But that'll have to wait for next time. We're gonna be leaving things off here. So yeah. Thank you for joining me this week. We're still on for next week as normal. And let me oh wait. Let me go over to here. All right. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot done this week. We've had some questions answered. Some tensions are brewing between several different parties. Winter is approaching, and I'm a little nervous about our food stores, to be perfectly honest, but hopefully we can get like a couple more weeks. I can't remember if this would be like if we have like hit that 2-week mark that Hammond wanted us to or not. We'll see when we come back next week. Anyways, thanks again for joining me. And yeah, VOD will be up hopefully tomorrow. If not, before the weekend is out. And with that, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.